Argentina is not only days away from its first ever presidential runoff, but rather at an historic junction. Either it chooses to keep the doors open to further social transformation in a democratic, popular and anti-imperialist direction, or it will choose to close an era of reforms to go back to dependence and rising poverty induced by right-wing neoliberalism. Thousands of Argentines have taken to the streets of cities and towns to convince their fellow compatriots to vote for Daniel Scioli, and in the most creative of ways. Telesur's correspondent in Argentina, Leo Poblete Coduti, has walked the streets of Buenos Aires to see firsthand what people have to say ahead of this weekend's elections.
While Argentina's monopolised mainstream media echoes a strong anti-FPV campaign across the hundreds of radio, television, print and online services hit to masses far and wide this country, utilising tactics which range from subjective pro-Macri analysis and opinions to downright lying and manipulation, the anti-Macri sentiment has spilled onto the streets in the lead up to this weekend's historical runoff.
This is of enormous value, not only because it is spontaneous, but because it means a popular movement is not willing to give up its position on the streets. And if a popular movement stays on the streets, the right has a complicated scenario, because the prominence of the people on the streets always complicates the right.
Activists which belong to the wide and diverse range of political parties which are backing the FPV have taken to the streets, handing out flyers at major intersections, at parks and even aboard public transport. But the mainstream media, both here and abroad, have chosen to hide this, and it has been social media which has shown the creativity of those Argentines who are on the streets contesting the votes of those who are still undecided.
Given the monopolized media's information blockade, the people have found ways to get the message through, very creative ways. We have tens of thousands of activities all over the country, such as the painting of murals, discussion groups, dialogues with intellectuals, city parks such as this one which become true open-air forums of the people.
We're talking to people in our workplaces, in the places we frequently go to, making homemade signs, continuously working in social media. We have many strategies which I think are very convincing. Monopolized mainstream media will not stop us. They will not be able to shut us up.
Not only have political activists taken to the streets, thousands of citizens without an active participation in party politics have risen spontaneously far and wide Argentina to stop neoliberalism in its path to the presidential palace and seeks to differ itself from the hollow revolution of joy discourse which the neoliberal coalition preaches with its colourful balloons and catchy jingles.
We're a group of workmates who organise fundraisers to get these posters printed, which we designed collectively, with the help of a mate who helped us with the final design of the poster.
On social media and in the streets, the people, you can see it all around you, have taken this into their hands, and we must work hard this week so we can carry on the 22nd.
Although the mainstream media is grossly creating the perception that Macri has won the election days before it's even held, it seems that the people of Argentina have realised that taking the streets to show its support to Daniel Scioli and the governing Front for Victory could very well be the key to breaking the deadlock and pushing Scioli, the only candidate capable of keeping the door open to socio-economic reform and stopping neoliberalism, into the presidency. Leo Poblete Coduti, Telesur, Buenos Aires.